This is what happens when you don't watch your plants carefully. I took the cuttings the other day, put them into soil, and totally got so busy that I forgot to check up on them and they dried out on me. I'm gonna have to redo this process. Thank goodness I saved one plant left to be able to take cuttings from. I guess it was meant to be for me to keep this plant. Okay, so this is one of my indoor plant holding area, if you will. It's where I am putting plants that I've taken from outdoor inside for the winter. Hopefully they would do okay here. This area has some natural sunlight that comes in from this skylight right here on sunny days, so it does get some bright sunlight in parts of it. And then of course I have installed the grow lights here. I actually have another set of lights on order, should be delivered soon, which should provide enough bright lights for this area. So these are the cuttings that I took in my previous, that I showed in my previous videos, and they are being housed right here. And I redid these cuttings, these salvias. So I totally forgot to monitor them. So the ones that I cut the other day pretty much died off on me. Luckily, I still have one more plants left. So I took new cuttings and plopped them in here. So for good measure, I'm putting these dome-like thing on top of it so that if I tend to forget, which sometimes I do when I get busy, it won't dry out on me again. So let's hope that that works. These cuttings are in water, so they're doing extremely well. This one is my fuchsia that I bought inside, another one here. So far everything's doing pretty decent. Some do look a little bit dry, like this one. I don't know, maybe I should have put a dome on top of that, but I don't want to go get carried away putting domes all over these. So I'm just gonna monitor to see how they do. Yes, you're curious, if you are curious, what these yellow tapes are. So I'll show you, because I've brought plants from outside in, one of my biggest concerns, of course, is bugs, insects, and specifically fungus gnat that comes in. And so I ordered a whole bunch of these yellow tapes, and as you can see here, I already have some stuck on there. There's not a lot so far that has showed up, but who's to say that there's no eggs incubating, right? So if it happens that there are eggs that will hatch, hopefully those will catch them and help me kind of keep the population down so it doesn't go on to my other house plants. I ordered it online if anybody's interested. It came in a huge pack. This time I bought quite a bit of it. That was one. And I ordered this. This is the pack that I got. They come in these big sheets, and I prefer these big sheets over the cute, shaped ones, because I find those ones a bit more expensive and they're smaller. And I just cut them to the size or shape that I want. So I cut this into a longer strip, and then this one is a smaller one. I find this one is most budget-friendly way of purchasing these tapes, and they work really, really well. I've been using them for quite some time, and as you see, I just stick them into the pots and kind of scatter them all over the area so that if, flies or insects happen to be flying around, they will be caught there. So hopefully this works. Temporary, holding area here for my plants for the winter. I'll keep you posted at how they do, what will be working well and what has not, so that we can all learn together. This is the third area. I think I've shown this in my previous video before, where I have the rest of my plants that I brought from outside indoors. It has majority, if not all, of my lantanas, and also my begonias, and then the fuchsias here. So it's sitting right beside a north-facing window. So far, none of these have shown any signs of stress or anything like that, but I would like to note that obviously the leaves, some of the leaves are falling down, which is expected, of course. There's a period of adjustment. It came from outside where it was receiving full sun pretty much to very little direct sun. But overall, I think it's doing really, really well. If you notice here also, I have these sticky tapes all around the plants now. Once again, I'm hoping to catch some bugs, and as you can see, that little black dot there, that's a fungus gnat right there, and there's one right there. So there's not a lot that has shown up yet, but I wouldn't be surprised in the coming weeks. I will probably be seeing more and more of them. Oh, here I'm collecting some cleome seeds. I'm just letting it dry here. So I've been trying to collect as many seeds actually as possible, hoping that I will be able to get some viable seeds so I can grow them next year again. So here you have it, another section of my house that I have plants hiding for the winter. I'm really happy to see that these begonias are adjusting quite well to the indoor environment. For the most part, they were placed under a fairly shaded spot outside anyway, so in terms of sunlight change, is not a drastic change. But haven't seen any color fading from the blooms or anything like that, which I'm super happy about, because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to save them, because of the color of the blooms. It's just gorgeous. I have found though the lantanas, the coloring, this one when it was outside in full sun, the outer ring here was a super dark color. It has light in here indoors. These ones have definitely lightened up quite a bit. So these ones I've seen some changes, but in terms of the leaves wise, they still seem very healthy. So I'm very happy with the progress and how they're adapting to their new home inside here. I will continue to keep you posted to see how things progress. Maybe this might be a useful idea for some people or other gardeners who might be thinking about storing their plants indoors. Hopefully this will serve as a learning experiment for all of us to learn and adjust if anybody wanted to store their plants indoors. So this is another area in my house that I have designated for plants, some of which I have brought in from outside. My orchids are here, and then the cactus, these were outside all summer. They have been brought in recently. Hopefully they will overwinter and adapt okay inside. Once again, I have placed all of these yellow sticky tapes around here to catch any bugs or flies that may be in the growing medium or the soil. Yep, this is usually what I have to do to try to control any infestations or outbreak. And usually it's the fungus gnat that I mostly have to deal with. And that is it for my quick update on indoor plants that I have brought inside from outside. If you yourself have been successful in terms of overwintering things indoor, please let me know and leave in the comments below. It's still a learning curve for me. It's my first year really bringing a lot of plants indoors and different types of plants on top of that too. So I'm still learning, and I love to learn from other people as well. If you've enjoyed my videos, please consider subscribing. And until next time, happy gardening, and see you in my next video. Bye. Say hello, Taro. Say hello.